A kitesurfing kite flies like any other kite, in that the design of the kite allows it to soar into the sky. However, only if it's tethered. Remember what a kite looks like when the little children let go of the string? It falls to the ground. A kitesurfing kite is the same. The aerodynamic design launches it into the air, yet it must be tethered or tied or attached to something to stay in the sky, as it needs some resistance and tension in the lines to keep it flying. So here's where the lines, the bar, the harness and yourself come in, as it's the weight of your body attached to the harness that keeps the kite tethered and flying in the air. When your kite is flying, the air passes over the top and bottom of the kite, allowing it to sit in the sky, as long as the breeze is consistent and strong enough. If not, it can simply drop out of the sky. When you pull the bar in, the centre lines stay fixed as they pass through the bar to your chicken loop. However, the steering or back lines pull the rear or trailing edge of the kite down, altering its position in the sky. By moving the trailing edge of the kite down in relation to the leading edge, you create more drag on the kite, and therefore pull or power. When you push the bar forward or up, the kite returns to its balanced position and the power is reduced. Your kitesurfing bar also allows you to steer the kite. Always make slow movements with the bar until you are totally comfortable. Pull down on the right side of the bar to move the kite to the right, and left to move the kite to the left. The movement of the bar should always be towards the chicken loop, so if you're launching and your kite is laying flat across the ground or making an adjustment whilst flying, you always pull the bar in the direction of the chicken loop. For you to be able to fly your kite effectively, you need to be able to understand the wind window, which is the area in which a kite flies. Fully understanding the wind window and how to use it to generate the power needed to pull you along the water is one of the most important aspects of learning to kitesurf. It'll also help in many other areas. Let's look at the wind window now. This diagram is a bird's eye view, or looking down from above of the wind window. Let's imagine that this green circle is you. The wind window is always directly downwind of you. The numbers represent the areas of the wind window that offer the most power, 10 being the most, down to 2 at the least amount of power. To help you get the right understanding of our diagram, in this clip the kiter has his kite at what we call 2 o'clock and at the front of the wind window. So to put him and his kite into our diagram, he is the green circle and his kite is sitting at 2 o'clock on the right hand side at the front of the wind window, his kite being represented by this green arrow. Looking from the side with the wind blowing right to left, these kiters have their kites up above them at the front of the wind window, with the wind window always being downwind of them. When walking with your kite back upwind, it's possible and necessary to fly it at the front of the wind window, where there is little power being generated. When the kite is flying, it will naturally gravitate to this position. However, you may need to make some small movements with the bar to keep it at the front of the wind window, as the wind will move the kite around a little bit. And often pulling in the bar slightly, creating a small amount of power, will help to steady the kite. And so, for parking your kite or walking it upwind, the front of the wind window is very useful. The girl walking with the kite can be represented here in our diagram. It's important to note that as she walks upwind, the wind window will always travel with her. When power is needed, you'll need to access other parts of the wind window. To create maximum power, you'll need to send your kite into this area here. This is required when trying to perform a water start or planing and needing more power. As per these clips, it's also known as a power stroke. Here the kiter starts with his kite at 12 o'clock, directly above him, and then performs a small power stroke with not much result, followed by a more aggressive power stroke into the power zone, rated 10 in our diagram, creating instant power with great results. See how the kite inverts when this power stroke is made? It is a combination of the speed of the kite's movement and putting the kite downwind into the wind window's power zone that creates the most power or pull in your kite. Hopefully with these demonstrations and the explanation of the wind window, you will have a better understanding of what the wind window is and how to use it to help you get kiting fast across the water.